Hi, today we're going to go through a grammar crash course. So this is an overview of a lot of things you probably learned in elementary, but maybe you don't remember the terminology for. Some of it may have gotten lost in the years of education. So we're just kind of going over the basics and trying to get them pretty succinct. These slides you can look back at as much as you need to try to get the terms straight in your head. This is also good practice for the SBAC. So, types of words. Let's start here. So, first is the noun. It's like your basic thing. Nouns name people, animals, things, places, or ideas. And just so you know, proper nouns name specific, common nouns name general. So when you know the name of a very specific thing, like that lion's name is Leo, that's going to be a capital L. But lion is a general term, and so that would be a lowercase l. And so common nouns are very generalized. So, and that goes with capitalization. So proper nouns are capitalized, common nouns are generally not, with a few minor exceptions. So lion, forest, love, tricola, student, these are all nouns. Verbs. So verbs are doing or action words. It includes to be and to have. So sometimes there's another little word in there that makes it interesting. But jump, think, talk, when you're actually doing. And then there's version of verbs that are different tenses, depending on if it's past tense or future tense or it's happening right now. So the word happening, that would be a verb. And it's like a current thing. Adding the ing, that's a form of a verb. Or if you add the ed to the end of something, like I jumped, then it's past tense. If it's something that's going to happen in the future, you can add like a will, I will jump, I will think about it. And so you have the verb as the action or doing. Some verbs can be nouns. So this is important. And actually, sometimes they can be other versions of words too. So you have to pay attention to the context clues to decide. So look at the word light. Can you light the candle? That is a verb. But the light is turned on. That is a noun. I can't jump over the fence. That's a verb. That was a really high jump. Now the word jump is a noun. So it's really tricky here. You have to make sure you can tell the difference between when this word is a noun or it's a verb. The word read can be tricky for knowing whether it's read as in I read a book or I read a book. Sometimes you can't even tell in the sentence without like knowing what the speaker is talking about. Are you saying I read green eggs and ham, or I read green eggs and ham, and is spelled exactly the same way? So that's another part that gets a little tricky. So sometimes we need to figure out, is it a verb or is it a noun? Use the context clues. Okay, now let's go with the pronoun. So pronouns are words that we use in place of nouns. It's like a for the noun. Nouns in a sentence, what it does is it makes the sentence less repetitive and less awkward. So instead of saying Tara goes to the office and Tara does all of her work at the office, you use a she, you throw in a she or a they, depending on identity there. And you don't have to be so repetitive. That's why we use pronouns. It's in place of whoever or whatever we're talking about. You got to be careful though, because it has to be clear who or what the pronoun is referring to. So generally speaking, you refer to the last noun that was mentioned. So if you put in another extra noun in the sentence, then oftentimes you have to restate the name of the person or the place or the thing in order for the pronoun to make sense. So be careful with that. But me, that, us, she, we, they, those are all pronouns used in place of nouns. Here's a bunch of examples. Some of them are possessive. Instead of saying Tara's ball, you can say her ball or their ball. We've got these reflexive ones, demonstrative, interrogative, where you're trying to figure out who, what, where, when. Okay, not where, which. Those are all different kinds of pronouns. Adjectives, we'll get there next.